Money coming late, that's a truancy. That's a quick decision. It's either you or me. They can't hold me down. I'm out here doing me. They don't be talking money. I speak it fluently.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Life After Conviction podcast, where we let formerly incarcerated individuals come on our platform and tell the story about their journey and their reformation. Today, I'm with a very distinct guest, aka Hitman, aka the Midwest Fitness Guru in the Midwest. Introduce yourself to the people.
Alright, I'm Mark Winfrey Jr. Do not forget the JR. I got a lot of aliases. You don't need to go through all that because I'm just Mark. Just Mark, that's it.
Okay, Mark. So if you don't mind me asking, what were you incarcerated for?
The actual crimes were kidnapping, aggravated robbery, aggravated battery, and escape.
Okay. How old were you at the time of all of this?
I went to a juvenile at 17, and I had just turned 18 in juvenile when I committed my crime.
Okay, you're trying to escape from juvenile.
Yeah, I was trying to escape. Me and another guy planned this whole elaborate plan of how we was going to escape through the gym, and we was just going to run out the other side because it's not a lockdown facility.
Okay.
So you could literally just open the doors.
Okay.
We was going to kick the gym door open because it's a magnetic door. We was going to kick it open and just run out the other side.
Okay. And what did you originally go to the juvenile center for?
I had 9 runaways.
Okay.
Me and my dad used to get into it. He'd kick me out, and then he'd be like, "You need to come home." But I'm like, "Shit, he kicked me out, so I'm out here." And he ended up putting that paperwork on me, and I ended up ultimately going to JJC. Well, the day that I went to JJC, I got into it with my girl at the time's dad. He was cool with the police, like best friends. And long story short, it ended up in me having a battery charge against him. And when I got to juvenile, it was like, yeah, you got battery, 9 runaways, ungovernable child. I'm like, what the fuck? I had no idea.
Okay. And so at what point, how long was you there till you decided that you wanted to escape?
Let me see. I got locked up November 16th, 2008, and I escaped February, right after the Super Bowl. So yeah, I was in there for 3-4 months.
Okay.
And I was supposed to go home at my court hearing on Friday. My guardians didn't show up because they didn't want me going back to the girl who I technically was in there for. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want me to go back to her. But at the time, she was pregnant. So I was like, I'm definitely going back to her. You know what I'm saying? Well, they didn't show up. So I had nowhere to go on house arrest or whatever. And because of that, the judge was like, shit, he's staying in custody. So I went back and hollered at that dude that been talking about escaping for months. And I'm like, shit, let's go, bro.
Okay. And you said during the process of y'all escaping, so how did a plan of escape that was just through the gym turn into everything that you described?
Okay, well, like I said, Buddy had been talking about escaping the whole time I'm in there. And I'm showing him, I literally got trash bags full of mail from colleges wanting me to play football for them. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm laughing at him, I'm not escaping. I'm finna be on TV, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna be playing football on crazy too. Well, the longer I'm sitting in there, bro, it's driving me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never been away from my people. Like, Valentine's Day coming up, you know what I mean? I'm tweaking, bro. So when the judge told me, nah, you ain't going, you know, and uh, she wasn't really my girl, but like a woman, a girl that I was entertaining at the time, her mom stood up in court and was like, he can come stay with me. The judge was like, who is you? You know what I'm saying? She was like, I'm a family friend. I'm like, yeah, that's my mama friend. He wasn't going. He like, man, you going back to custody. So that was like the final straw. I'm like, fuck it, I'm out of here. So when I tell Buddy that I'm in, he like, bet. Now he already on the run from the army. He got emancipated when he was 16. So he know he got to go face the army after his juvenile time. So he trying to escape anyway. You know what I mean? So, you know, he is in the last cell. I'm in the first cell. Ain't no way we should have ever been out together in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Because they usually do it first cell, second cell.
Yeah, they go in order.
Yeah,
we take showers.
Exactly. We go shower. You know what I'm saying? So.
Do you know how y'all got out? At the same time?
He stayed in there. They started at the end this time and worked back to the front. He stayed in the shower the whole time. So everybody else going back in their cell, the officer not paying attention, obviously, you know what I'm saying? So when they get to me, they like, bro, get the CO, man, I'm peeing blood. I'm like, man, I'm laughing at him, like, too young to be peeing blood, but all right, I go get the CO. Oblivious, I don't know what's going on, you feel me?
So did you think he was really peeing blood at the time?
I did. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know nothing. I promise you, I ain't know nothing that was going on. CO get in there. He's like, ain't no blood in there. Turn around and look at me. I'm in the doorway. You know what I'm saying? And this is all on camera. You see me going to get the CO, bringing him to the bathroom.
So it looked like he was a part of the plan
the whole time. The whole time.
It looked like he was a part of the plan to escape, but just not this way.
Not this way.
Okay.
Not at all. Not at all. So he get in there, he turn, look at me, and as me and him make eye contact, I look over his shoulder at dude, and he just cracked him in the back of his head. Boom. When he hit him, he fell into me. Now my mind was like, damn, if I want to escape, I need to do that like now. Otherwise, it's gonna be locked down because they gonna know I was trying to get out.
Yeah.
So, you know, I grabbed his radio, grabbed his button, everything, and went back to my cell, got some sheets, we tied him up, and then the other officers come in, like, they was calling him on the radio, and we trying to get him to talk into the radio, but he, like, scared, so he, like, stuttering and shit. And so they rushed in the bathroom, and now I'm in shock against the wall. Like, damn. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, Kai, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? But dude rushed past me and just get the whooping in my coat. I'm talking about, they used to make fun of this CO because I think he had Tourette's or something. He always be like, you know what I'm saying? Man, he was whooping, bro. I'm like, whoa. So, I'm still just standing there, though. I'm literally in shock, bro, against the wall. Now, this other CO come in there, and he was jealous of me, bro. Like, he felt like I'd be getting special treatment because I was the oldest in there. I didn't act like none of them little ass kids. You know what I'm saying? I was arrogant. You know what I mean? I'm big as hell. Like, these little ass kids, I'm like, man, I'm finna be playing football. He used to say stuff like, oh, you think you're hot shit. I wrestled in college. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, I'm a kid, bro. Why are you comparing yourself to me? So he look at me and start trying to wrestle me. You know what I'm saying? He tried to tackle me, but I'm like heavier than him, so I just sprawl my weight on him. And I try to like push his head down. He bit me, and I just snapped, bro.
Okay, and so that whole altercation played out, and so I guess this is a good question. So was anybody hurt bad or anything?
Yeah, the officer that bit me, he was. They said that he had protracted brain loss, like memory loss, and stuff like that.
Okay, so I guess the next question would be looking back on that now. How do you feel about that moment in time?
Man, I feel terrible, like, because that was never the intention. Feel me? Like, and like, had you asked me this, uh, 2, 3 years into my bid, I would have been like, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I felt. I'm like, shit, they should have just let me escape. You know what I mean? Instead of doing their job, they should have just let me escape. I blame, like I said, like I told you before, I blamed everybody else. It was all about everybody else. I was the victim. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, like, I have no remorse in the beginning. Feel me? But as I sat down in prison, you know what I mean, and like really thought, man, bro, you could have took uh, that man's life. You know what I'm saying? You could have made it to where he never made it home to his people, bro. And all he was doing his job, literally.
Okay. All right. So is did he ended up? You said he didn't end up like dying. Like,
Nah, ain't nobody died.
was he okay? I mean, did you have you like? I know you probably haven't talked to him, or like, what have do you know like if he's okay or?
I haven't talked to him. I wrote letters to all of the victims, all three of the officers. I wrote letters to them. I don't know if they ever got them. I don't know none of that. You know what I'm saying? I wrote them, sent them to the courts, probably like in 2014.
And so this is okay, 2014. Okay,
Yeah, so like 5 years after it happened,
after it happened.
I, uh,
And so then, yeah, so 5 years after it happened, I could imagine that's something that you did on your own.
yeah, nobody, like, I didn't even know if it would go through or none of that. I was just like, I felt like I had to, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because I feel like America is good at just locking the motherfucker up, throwing away the key. You know what I'm saying? They say they care about the victims, right? But if you ask any victim of violent crime, right? If you ask them, like, do you feel safer now that this person is locked up? Do you feel better? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel that justice was served because this person is incarcerated for however long? You feel me? 95% of them gonna say no. You know what I'm saying? Because they dealing with PTSD from the situation.
Yeah.
They dealing with knowing that more than likely this motherfucker's gonna get out. And excuse me, is he gonna
Come
come
back.
back?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we live in the same city, most of it. You know what I mean? Like, um, so I felt like me being the perpetrator of the whole thing, like, it was up to me to reach out to them. You know what I'm saying? I never got nothing back, and like I said, I don't even know if they got the letters. You know what I'm
But you at
saying?
least
But
made that attempt to
exactly,
like let them know, like to think
exactly,
about that part of it, that
exactly,
PTSD part of it.
exactly.
But attempted to let them know, like, I am remorseful,
Right,
and I don't ever want you to feel like you are in danger or in fear of me
exactly,
ever again,
exactly. Like,
even when I get out of there.
that was an isolated incident, which, I've done a lot of studies on that type of stuff. And violent crimes are usually isolated incidents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They actually the group of people less likely to do something again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, people, and, I ain't knocking nobody, but you do what you do, you know what I'm saying? But like drug dealers, right?
Yeah.
That's like a mindset. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this money.
Yeah.
You But somebody that commit battery, it could be like a heated altercation, and then boom, now a battery commits. It wasn't like.
And it's crazy because actually, what a lot of people don't know, because like when you hear battery, you think about, okay, somebody hit somebody, did something, which automatically registers in a person's mind as a violent crime.
Right.
But in reality, the crime of battery is you touch somebody without intent.
Right.
So, for instance, it's not a violent crime. So a person can get battery resulting in death and not be a violent criminal after they get done, because the idea is that, well, it was a heated moment, heated exchange or whatever, and I just hit you, but I didn't have the intent to kill you.
Right.
So I definitely get that. And so, okay, we're gonna switch gears a little bit. Okay, so from there, did they take you to the county jail, or did they let you stay in the juvenile center?
Nah, I went literally, bro. So we escaped. We jumped off the roofs. Snowed it high. All we got on is like nurse scrubs.
Yeah, with the jail out there.
You feel me? And like 6 tall tees.
Okay.
10 pairs of socks. That's it. So we get out, jump off the roof, take off running. When I tell you it's a million police out there, bro, I'm talking about dogs, police, helicopters, everything. We did this at shift change. We ain't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when it's supposed to go this way. As we were trying to get on the roof, the real police was already there, flashing their tasers through the window and everything. When I was going up on the roof, the one female tried to shoot me with the taser, but she missed and it hit the roof. It's like, think, right next to me. I'm like, whoa, she tried to kill me, you know what I'm saying? But
luckily they had tasers and not real guns.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I jump off the roof, take off running. Literally, bro. If you ever been to the JJC, you know how close the Boys and Girls Club is.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, is it the same one that's right across from Ivy Tech? Like,
right
that's
there,
the same one?
Right there, same thing.
Yeah.
We got to the Boys and Girls Club. I went, hid under an 18-wheeler. He followed, you know what I'm saying, as he trying to climb under there. The lady flashed her light, like, get down here. So I jump down, run, get right around the corner to the Boys and Girls Club. They got their guns on. Get out, get out.
So y'all didn't even get nowhere?
Nowhere.
So all of that for nothing?
For nothing.
How did you feel about that?
Man, bro, the whole situation was like goofy, bro. Like I'm literally like, cause they take us back to JJC and they point out, look what y'all did. Ooh, ooh. Like the officers coming out on stretchers and stuff. Like, they saying little stuff about how we gonna be in prison on some homo stuff for the next 30 years. You know what I'm saying? They mad, I understand. But I'm on like, they kicked me in the back of my leg, get down on your knees, cuffed up. And I'm just thinking, like, damn, bro. Like, this was dumb as hell. Like, are you serious, bro? All you had to do was sit down.
Yeah.
All you had to do was sit down, bro. Like, one fucking decision. And all this happened in under 10 minutes, bro.
So 10 minutes cost
literally
you
13 years and 3 months. 10 minutes, bro. One decision.
Yeah. Okay, so you say they take you from the juvenile center after this happens, take you directly to the county jail.
Straight there.
And so obviously you never been there. So what was the feelings going into that situation, the county jail, knowing what had just happened?
I mean,
like how did that feel? Because it's like, okay, I know that I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
Like now I wanted to go home and play football, but it's like, at what point did it sink in and like the dreams that you had, like you just talked about, you was trying to get out, you had all these scholarships to play football, and if I'm not mistaken, that's actually how you got your nickname Hitman, right?
Yeah.
So okay,
Yeah,
so
I knocked the motherfucker out on the football field. Like, he was catching the pass coming across the middle. He was like 6'4". And I was taught by old school dude.
Okay.
My daddy like, shit, aim for his chin. So I aimed for his chin. It would have been a flag today.
Yeah.
Back then it was legal. So I hit him and knocked him out.
And that's how you got the name
That's
Hitman.
how I got the name Hitman.
Okay.
But I also was involved in a lot of street activity, so it just fit perfect.
Okay. So like, at what point, when you got there, did that like set in? Like the fact that, man, my football dream.
Bruh, like instantly. When I'm sitting in there and I'm talking to these jailhouse lawyers, and they like, oh yeah, bro, this your first offense, bro, so you only gonna get a 20 to 10. 20 to 10? What the fuck? What do you mean only? What do you mean only 10 years in prison, bro?
That's always one of the things that like get me. Like, people talk so loosely about time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that like they could tell you 18 at the time, right?
Yeah.
They can tell an 18-year-old like, yeah, man, you're only gonna do 10. As if, I don't,
That's more than half of my life at the time.
Yeah.
Fuck you mean 20 to 10. So when I go and the judge is like, 30 years, suspend 10 on the kidnapping. I'm like, how can I even be convicted of kidnapping when I didn't take nobody nowhere? Like, I just tied somebody up. But because Indiana has statutes in place that if you confine someone and it aids in the escape from a lockdown facility, automatic Class A kidnapping, which is the worst crime next to murder. Okay. So he gave me 30, suspended 10 off that, 20. Gave me 10 for the aggravated battery, ran them consecutive. I'm like, what? I'm looking at my lawyer like, bro, we done paid this lawyer 10 racks.
How old was you when you got sentenced?
I was 18.
Oh, so
it was like bang bang, bro.
So it wasn't even time fighting the crime. You was
literally, this case happened in September 25th, 2009.
You were sentenced
3 months before my 19th birthday. I was sentenced.
Okay. So when you got to prison at 18, what was the shock? Like, what was the thing that shocked you the most when you got
there? That it was the hood all over again. Like, it was literally the hood. Like, I'm from Youngstown, Ohio. My people live right in the middle of the hood, and that's all Michigan City was. I got there, went straight to lock up. Dudes pulling up on me, asked me who I'm affiliated with, gave me a knife, gave me a phone, told me call my people. I'm like, what? Pulling up with drugs, tobacco. You need to make some money, more. Like, I'm like, what the hell? And then literally within a week, I seen a man get killed. And then within 2 months, I seen another man get burnt up. It was a lover's quarrel. One dude was leaving the other dude, so he set his whole cell on fire. He died. And I damn near died from the smoke. He was ranges below me, and the smoke just coming up in my cell. And I'm like, damn, bro, I'm finna die in the joint. Literally flushing my head down the toilet so I could breathe. know what I'm saying? Like they got their own fire department in there.
They actually train
the
other inmates to be the firefighters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's literally a city within a city.
Yeah, and this is Indiana State Prison to be technical.
Right.
Okay.
Indiana State Prison. So, and I'm like, bro, this is on the lockup unit. So I can just imagine what it's like in population.
So when you say lockdown, so it's like said
23 and 1.
So all of this is happening on the 23 and 1 block.
Exactly.
Okay.
2 murders. And like I almost died.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That I ain't had nothing to do with it.
You were just there.
I was just there.
Okay. So you said that for the first 4 years of your sentence, like you didn't have no remorse, and so you just felt like you was the victim.
Yep.
And so how did that cause you to act? Because you think that a person who feels like, okay, man, I shouldn't even be here. It was all these other people's fault. Blase school. And so how did that cause you to act when you got there?
Like I had life. Like everybody owed me. Everybody. My co-defendant, I made him pay to live there.
Why'd you make him pay to live there? Like y'all escaped together. Y'all did everything together. So why did you blame him?
So in my mind at the time, it was you rushed the plan and you messed it up for if I was going to try to do what we actually planned later.
Which was just run out the gym.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, I blamed him. And like I just was angry, bro. So I'm trying to take it out on everybody. Like, you gotta pay, I'm going up there, extort his grandma at the visits. You know what I'm saying? She don't even know she being extorted. She being sweet. Like, oh yeah, I sent that money. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't even know, like, if you don't send that money, like, your grandson is in grave danger. You know what I mean? Like everybody, bro, I literally planned for every single day for them 4 years what I was gonna do to the people that I felt were responsible for me being incarcerated. I planned every single day in vivid detail. I'm gonna end up writing a book about it and a movie, all that, cause like, bro, literally every single day for 4 years, I planned what I was gonna do to the people that I felt responsible for me being incarcerated.
Okay. And so this was for a 4-year stretch. So at what point did you realize that you was wrong in your thinking?
It wasn't no particular like point. Like it's not a particular thing that I can say I just snapped out of it, but like at that 4-year mark was when I got caught with my cell phone. Called my girl, told her come see me because I'm about to lose my business for 6 months, so you might want to come up like today before it go into effect. And I had been on the dorm telling my guys who got hundreds of years, who ain't seen nobody on the outside in years, like how I'm tired of constantly going up here to these visits, and it's emotionally draining. Like I go up there, I'm up there with this girl this day, this girl this day, this girl this day, and it's like I'm not in prison in that time.
Yeah.
From 11 to 5:30,
I'm in the visit room.
I'm living my life, like I'm kicking it, and then I go back, and people out here probably be like, oh, that's some creepy shit, but I'm smelling my hands because they smell like her, and you know what I mean, like go straight to sleep. like just drained, don't want to do nothing. Just go back, go to sleep. So I'm venting to my guys about this, and they like, bruh, I got all day. Like, let me have one. You know what I'm saying? Like, and me being me, I'm like, nah.
Yeah, no, we don't do that.
Nah. So, you know, but she came up there and she let me know, like, you might not need to see me, but I need to see you. You know what I'm saying? And that hit me crazy because at that point I had never seen my mom the whole time I was incarcerated.
Even when you was at the juvenile center?
Even at the juvenile. I seen her in the county one time before I got sentenced. You know what I'm saying? She came up there, had shaved all her hair off because she was stressing. So I'm like, damn. So this woman who don't know me from Adam. I mean, yeah, she know me, but like,
She don't know me.
you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, this woman birthed me, and I ain't seen her. And at that point, I'm like, she ain't tripping about it, you know? But this woman is letting me know, like, I need to see you, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn. So that's when I I quit everything. Like, I wasn't robbing people. I wasn't selling drugs. I wasn't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? I told her I'm done. And I signed up for all these programs. Me and my homies implemented programs that they still doing.
And what kind of programs did y'all implement?
Just like mental health things, like MRT, moral recognition therapy, uh, Toastmasters, which was it's a public speaking class. You know, like so every week you got this book where you read like a prompt.
Yeah.
You prepare a speech.
Okay.
You go in there, we record it, and the people that's in there, they critique you. They, you know what I'm saying,
Okay.
tell you, oh, you could do this better, you could do that better.
Okay.
But you did this well, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. It was like a real brother.
Skill builder,
bro.
yeah.
It was cool. Yeah. And like once you got your Cavalier status or whatever,
okay,
you could actually use that when you got out.
Okay.
Like, to do public
Public
speaking and
yeah.
stuff. And they can't, like, they gotta pay you a certain amount.
Yeah.
You know
you're a public speaker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, that there was a bunch of stuff, you know, but
Okay.
yeah. We also, like, I was the vice president of public relations. So I dealt with like the police, the administration on because we was a part of the Northwestern JCs, which is like kind of like I would equate it to like the military, you know what I'm saying, in prison. But we had programs where we raised money for children with cleft palates. It was a beard growing contest to see who could grow the best beard, the best. Like it was like 3 different categories: the wildest beard, the most tame beard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all that. We raised
And that
money.
was all for charity for children with clefts?
Cleft palates. You know?
Okay.
And then,
how much did y'all end up raising? You don't mind me asking?
I can't remember for that, but for the dang, I forget what it's called. But we ran laps. They do it out here, man. I can't remember what it's called. But it was for premature babies and their moms.
Okay.
Man, I ran like, bro, 57 laps.
Okay.
I was so sore for like 2 weeks.
Okay. And it was paying y'all to run laps?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could get people in prison. You can get officers. You can get people from the house to send money in. We raised like over 16,000 for that.
Premature babies and their mothers?
Exactly.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it was decent. We implemented this CrossFit thing where every year people was training, and we had like a CrossFit competition. Me and my brother won. Like man.
Okay. Okay. So you said that this girl, your best friend, that was the moment. You know what I'm saying? That everything changed, and you said so after that you started to do all of these programs and all of these things. And so what do you think about the rehabilitation programs available in prison? Do you think they work, or do you think that they don't do enough, or what's your idea on that?
I'm gonna say this. So the programs are a lot of them are bullshit. I ain't even gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying?
Bullshit in what way?
And they give you a packet. They tell you do this packet, and the course is complete. You know what I'm saying? So essentially, COVID learning.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like we not talking about it. We not having no type of no type of dialogue on the topics. It's just do this packet.
And you get a certificate at the end, and everybody else think that you completed anger management.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I'm still angry, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm even more angry that I just did this bullshit, and it's like,
Yeah.
But there are some that you gonna get out of it what you put into it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, like the Plus program, it's a character / religious based program.
Yeah.
You can take the character track or you can take the religious track.
Okay.
And there are a lot of different programs within it that absolutely help you become like a better person.
Okay.
If you put your all into it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, I know a lot of people who could just go in there, do the work, get their 6-month time cut and keep it moving and still be the same person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you actually put your all into it, it's a lot of good things in there. As well as like college in prison. They had IU and Purdue when I first got to ISP. And like I saw a lot of dudes in there just paying their way through college. Like
Yeah.
I just got my GED. So I wasn't in college, but I was charging $50 a paper.
Yeah.
I'm writing people's papers.
So it was a joke.
Yeah, it was a complete joke.
Okay. And that's one knack about that people had about individuals getting out of college with college degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And like they still not know anything because
Right.
as you said, like they didn't do anything.
Right.
But when you get to it, it seems like a lot of the programs are like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so maybe that is something to think about and why recidivism is so high.
Exactly.
Even though a person is going through all of these programs, because these programs are essentially mail-in packets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
So, go ahead, let me cut you off.
Nah, but like once I actually got in college, because I signed up when it was at ISP.
Okay.
But that was around the time where I think it was Obama who took the federal.
No. Obama put it back in play.
Okay, so
yeah,
it was
before him they took it out.
Okay,
and then Obama actually reestablished the Second Chance Pell Grant.
Okay, good.
Thank you for watching this video. For more amazing stories like this, please like and subscribe to our channel. To contact the Life After Conviction organization, please visit our website at www.lifeafterconviction.org. Please enjoy the rest of this video.
I got my books, and literally a week later, they told me, turn your books in. We don't have funding anymore. They took college out of prison. I'm like, what? This was like 20, 2012. So I'm like, man, what am I supposed to do? Like, so that's, I just did the little programs that they had, and wasn't any, at ISP, like 70% of them people have like 100 years plus, you know what I'm saying? So they don't have many programs there. They like, shit, for what? What's the point? You know what I mean? Which is sad, really.
Yeah, they see no reason to so that shows that the system believes that people are beyond rehabilitating.
Exactly. And I feel like every time I leveled down within the prison system, people were less and less respectful, intelligent, like all of that. Like the most intelligent, the most respectful, the most people of, and it's crazy to say this, but moral standings were people that, unless God decides, are never coming home. When I got to the lower levels like Westville, where people have 10 years or less to go home, it's like people stepping on your shoes, walking past, people not saying thank you, please, excuse me, none of that. But I feel like it's mainly because at those higher levels, it's like any type of altercation can be life or death. Because, like, people will die about their respect, And then when you get to the lower levels, it's like, shit, I go home. So I don't care what you want to do. You want to bump? Like,
yeah. Okay, so ultimately, as you were saying, Obama brings back the second chance Pell Grant, and you end up getting a chance to go to college.
Yep. So I leveled down to.
And for those of y'all that don't know, so leveling down. So a person could start at a maximum security prison due to time, not due to them having so much time. And so as time passes and their sentence becomes less and their behavior is also up to par, they get moved to lesser security prisons that are usually more free, essentially.
So I leveled down to Miami Correctional, and I was only there for like 10 months. Literally the worst 10 months of my bid. I came from ISP where the officers were respectful and they treated you like as much as a human as they could, I get to Miami, it's a lot of racism going on, like officers talking to you crazy, even though you still got a lot of time, which is why I feel Miami is now the worst prison in Indiana, because they start sending all them young dudes there with hundreds of years with these same officers, still with the same mentality, treating them like nothing. And when you treat somebody like nothing, they tend to act like
live up to expectations.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was there. A lot of my guys were like, man, bro, you smart as hell, bro. They got Notre Dame down here. They got Notre Dame Holy Cross. You could sign up for it. I'm like, man, stop playing. They took college out. I'm like, nah, bro, for real. So I see it on the TV. We had to write an essay. Then we had to do an interview. And then we had to move from Miami to Westville if we passed all the steps.
Yeah.
So I signed up, killed the essay. Then the interview came around. I don't know, because it's months later when they finally like, yeah, you going to Westville. So I'm like, cool, I made it into college, I got accepted, and I went to Westview in 2017, and ultimately got my associates and bachelor's through the MCI program.
Okay, then after that you went home.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess getting to the last step, I guess. So re-entering into society. So in re-entering into society, what would you say the biggest shock was when you got out?
Um, Basically, how we make all these grandiose plans of how we gonna get out here, we gonna slay all these women, we gonna become millionaires in the first year, and we gonna do this, we gonna do that, and then you get out here. And me personally, uh, I was not trying to be in any type of relationships or nothing like that, but I ended up uh, meeting a girl who I went to high school with. Uh, Long story short, one love at first sight, but it was love at first link.
Okay.
And we was married in 3 months, bro. So all that I'm gonna get out and be a player and all, straight out the window.
Okay.
Because while we inside, we yearning for that love, we yearning for that affection, we yearning for that. We want a wife for real. Like being a player, that ain't nothing, bro.
Yeah.
So but after being incarcerated all that time, um, I have a lot of mental things that I hadn't dealt with. So I get into this relationship, we get married, we become one. Um, so she got to deal with my mental issues, while at the same time I got to deal with her mental issues. And her mental issues are things that I ain't never came across. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm sure yours is something she ain't never came across with dealing with a person that even if she had dealt with somebody who'd been in jail before.
She ain't dealt with nobody
It
in
did 13 years. Yeah.
Right. So, and neither of us had examples of successful relationships. So basically what ended up happening was I we messed up, man. We messed up, bro.
Touche. Okay, so outside of this relationship, how was it? So I say this: do you feel like being a convicted serious violent felon? How did that impact you when you got out? As far as trying to get a job, trying to find a place to live, or just your interaction with people when they find out.
Okay, so a lot of people be like, man, you only moved in with that girl because it was easy. You could basically live off her coattails and woo this and that, right? But they don't know that when you get out and you got that serious violent offender attached to your name, damn near the only jobs you gonna get is manual labor.
No matter how smart you are.
Man, what? I feel like I can go in any Fortune 500 company right now and against the smartest person, you know what I'm saying? And we can sit down and talk and they'll be like, damn.
Yeah, there's something here.
Exactly.
Not maybe we ain't gonna hire him as the CEO, but we got an entry level position for him for sure.
Exactly. But they ain't even letting us in them doors. You know what I'm saying? Once they see that F attached to your name, felon, and the SV, serious violent felon, attached to your name, oh no. Man.
So would you say that essentially in a lot of ways the bachelor's degree that you earned in prison because of this Syrian violent felon status is just a piece of paper?
Basically, you know, even like, I mean, I don't feel it's a piece of paper.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah.
You know, because I know that I feel that anybody who goes to college, um, what you're learning besides the miscellaneous information, you're learning how to do the process. You
Yeah.
know, you're learning the process of committing to something, seeing it through all the way to finish.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Which is important in anything in
Absolutely.
life.
Yeah. They say that um when a person why companies like to hire college graduates, said not more so for the degree, but that it shows that you come with a preset uh skill base.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't committed to something long term. You're used to dealing with deadlines, working under stress, working under pressure, and you ultimately have shown that you can complete something. Yeah, so yeah.
Yep. But like I feel that it was hard, bro. It was hard. Like I filled out probably 100 applications, and the only people who called back was them back breaking, RV manual labor ass jobs. So in my mind, I'm like, yo, all right, I can do this manual labor shit right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking long term. I'm thinking marathon, not sprint. You feel me? So I'm like, man, I know I'm about to do this fitness shit.
Yeah.
So I need to start that ASAP.
Okay, so we spoke about jobs. I know you ended up meeting your girl and moving in, but since then, like, have you tried to get a place on your own?
Yeah, I tried, and most of the places shot me down because of my history, like my felonies and stuff.
Okay. Now, how does go ahead? Sorry about that.
And then, um, like my wife had sent me to jail, so now I had new charges.
And what she send you to jail for?
Well, she made up a story that I hit her and all type of stuff.
And those charges ultimately got dropped, right?
Right.
Okay.
All them charges got dropped, but I did take the police on the high speed chase.
Okay.
After being incarcerated for 13 years, you come home and there's police in front of your house. It's like fight or flight.
Yeah.
And I immediately took off.
Okay, so all the stuff that she said ended up getting dropped because it was proved to be not true.
Right.
And
I mean, she went to court and told them she made it up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, and then the only thing that stuck though was the high speed chase.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying because you had this, and then now it's like, okay, somebody could say, okay, what you did was 10 years ago, but these allegations
Exactly.
are fresh.
Exactly.
And so it kind of like wipes away any idea that you have changed because this is what you get out here and do.
Right.
Okay. That's tough. That's tough. So what do you think about restorative justice? Do you think that it's possible that we could reach a median to where victims, the community, and the formerly incarcerated could coexist together in a way that allows equality for all, in a sense? Like you went to prison, paid your debt to society, you completed every possible avenue for rehabilitation and reformation that was offered to you by the state. You know what I'm saying? From us hearing you talk about your crime and transitions that you had to you 5 years into your sentence, realizing in reality what you had done, and the victims that suffer because of your actions, like you said, these was individuals who was literally just at work trying to take care of their family.
Yeah, I feel like restorative justice could absolutely work if we got like a bunch of like-minded individuals or even people that are not like-minded. You know what I'm saying? We can even get the ones that are against it. But as long as they're willing to sit down and have these type of conversations,
Absolutely.
and like actually talk to these people that were, because that's all we are. You know what I'm saying? You got to take away the labels. You know what I'm saying? I'm a felon. You're a law-abiding citizen. You know what I'm saying? Like, take that shit away, because at the end of the day, we all people. And just because I went to prison for the things that I did, I can't count on one hand people that have done absolutely nothing. I feel like everybody has done something that can land them in jail, if not prison. Everybody. So the only difference between me and you is I got caught. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, like, I did pay my debt to society. And not only that, but you can see from like the work that I do now and my social media is like every the way that I move, everything about me says this is not the same dude. I was a boy. Like the things I did, I was a boy. I was a little ass boy. Nothing like that, you know. But it takes people that are willing to sit down and talk about these things for change to ever come about.
Absolutely. Okay, so I always tell people that, and that's the reason that this podcast exists. You know what I'm saying? To bring these stories, you know what I'm saying, and these transformation stories to the people. You know what I mean? So that a discussion can ultimately start and generate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I always tell them that the journey doesn't stop after Google stops updating.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, if you go research somebody's name and the first thing that pops up is an article from 2014, 2010, and it's 2025. There's a whole journey and story that has filled those 15 years that wasn't reported.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's impossible to judge someone based off of that without getting the full story.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then also there are reasonings behind their actions, regardless of if the reasonings are valid, if they make sense. It's the mindset that that person had in order to even commit that crime in the first place.
Right.
And so now when you look at these people 15 years later and they reflect on it, what you see is a new mindset that says that if put in the same situation today, they would never make that decision.
Right.
So if you could give advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Well, I would say, man, to live your life and don't make it all about you. Like, you gotta live. All of us were put here. All of us have a purpose, right? So you have to live your purpose. And don't sacrifice your purpose for no one, for love, for none of that. Because ultimately, love will sacrifice you.
That's heavy. Okay. So, in closing, if you could tell us where we could find you.
Oh, yeah, man. On Instagram at FitKing2424. On Facebook at Mark Winfrey Jr. On TikTok at FitKing2424. I'm about to start a YouTube channel.
What's that going to be about?
It's going to be about faith, family, and fitness.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the interview, my good brother.
All right.
Thank you at home for tuning in to the first episode of Life After Conviction. Stay tuned for what's to come.
I heard they sleeping on me, but I'm not trying to sleep. Move like I'm Ray or Stevie, but I'm not trying to see. And I ain't trying to change your mind, I'd rather let it be. And I ain't trying to wake you up, I'd rather let them sleep. I'm on a new mission, I gotta let it be.